Welcome to the last episode in this short series on the Kommen family. If this is your first one, you'll catch up fast. We'll recap as we go. So far, Kommen has done a lot of arriving. Trains reaching stations, friends joining walks, visitors at the door, truths coming out into the open, lives being managed with what little there is, prisoners breaking free. In every case, Kommen meant reaching a point. Sometimes the point was a place, like a train station. Sometimes the point was you, like a gift hitting the bullseye, which is willkommen. Sometimes the point was a state, like coping or escaping. Today, the family steps into darker ground. The destinations get heavy. A feeling lands on you. A life ends. A house decays into ruin. And then, at the very end, the family circles back to its warmest word. Let's begin. Überkommen. Über is a direct cousin of English over, above, across, covering something, passing over the top. Überkommen carries a poetic image. An emotion comes over you, not something you generate, something that arrives, passes over, and covers you like a wave. Angst überkam mich. Fear came over me. Angst überkam mich. This isn't the everyday way to say I'm afraid. The everyday way is ich habe Angst, plain, factual. But Angst überkam mich is something else. It's literary, cinematic. The fear becomes the subject of the sentence. The fear moves. The fear arrives at you and washes over. Use it when you want to render a scene, not just describe a feeling. Ein Gefühl von Ruhe überkam sie. A feeling of calm came over her. Plötzlich überkam mich Angst. Suddenly, fear came over me. The emotion is the actor. The person receives it.
Now the tone shifts. Umkommen. For this word, picture the prefix as around, going around, turning around, curving back on itself. Now picture this. You're walking along a path. You have a destination in mind. Suddenly, the road turns around. It curves back. The way to your destination is broken. The path doesn't lead there anymore. The journey is interrupted, undone. That's the image of umkommen. The motion didn't arrive at the destination. The path came around and ended somewhere else. Umkommen means to die, usually in an accident, a disaster, a violent event. A life was on its path, then the path turned around and took it away. This is a serious word. You'll hear it in news. You won't use it casually. Bei dem Unfall sind 3 Menschen umgekommen. 3 people died in the accident. Bei dem Unfall sind 3 Menschen umgekommen. The lives didn't simply come to a place. The path came around and the lives didn't reach where they were going. Same separable structure. Kommen at the front, at the back. The sentence stretches across the tragedy. Viele Menschen kamen bei dem Sturm Many people died in the storm. Now a different kind of darkness. Verkommen. The prefix ver can carry a few different feelings across different words. Vanish, veer, and venture, to name 3 useful hooks. For verkommen, the one that fits is veer, like the English word for going off course. Something was on a path, then it tilted. It steered wrong. It ended up somewhere it wasn't supposed to be. Now, apply that to a house, once cared for, once on a proper path. Then no one tends to it. The paint peels, the windows break, the garden grows wild, the roof starts to fail. The house didn't just change, it veered off the path of being a kept place into a state of decay. Verkommen means to decay, to deteriorate, to fall into a bad state, or about a person, to become morally degraded. Das Haus ist völlig verkommen. The house is completely run down. Das Haus ist völlig verkommen. You'll hear it about buildings, neighborhoods, gardens. anything left uncared for too long, anything that veered from where it should be. Der Garten ist verkommen. The garden has gone to seed. With people, it becomes harsh. Ist völlig verkommen. He has gone completely to the bad. A heavy word. Use it carefully. Take a breath now. 3 words in a row. Überkommen, umkommen, verkommen. And all 3 carry weight. A feeling overcoming you. A life ending when the path turned around. A place veering into decay. Same kommen, same motion toward a point, but the points have become dark ones. That's part of the deeper lesson of the whole family. Kommen doesn't pick the destination. The prefix does. A train arrives, or fear arrives, or a life ends, or a house falls apart. The motion is the same, only the place it lands changes. So now, at the end, the family turns warm again. Willkommen. You already know the word, welcome. The will in willkommen is the same root as the English word will, wanting, volition. Willkommen, literally, come and it is willed. Your coming is wanted. After 3 episodes of arrivals and accidents and decay, that small word does a lot of work. The arrival isn't an accident. It isn't a tragedy. It isn't decay. It isn't a stranger creeping into the room. It is a coming that the world chose to receive. Herzlich willkommen, a warm welcome. Herzlich willkommen, the emotional opposite of everything else in this episode. Umkommen, a tragic end where the path turned around. Verkommen, a bad end where the path veered off course. Willkommen, a good arrival, willed and wanted. And that closes the family. 1 verb, 17 relatives, each one a small scene built around the same motion. A train pulls into a station. That's ankommen. A friend joins your walk. That's mitkommen. You step away and step back. That's zurückkommen. A package lands on your doorstep, hitting the bullseye that is you. That's bekommen. A door opens to a guest. That's willkommen. Something appears in the foreground that wasn't there. That's vorkommen. A child runs over when you call. That's herkommen. A visitor crosses your threshold. That's reinkommen. A film is released. A truth surfaces. That's rauskommen. A latecomer slips into the group. That's dazukommen. You stretch a small budget through the month. That's auskommen. You finally crack the problem you've been stuck on. That's weiterkommen. You take a heavy week as it comes. That's klarkommen. You slip past trouble and get free. That's entkommen. A wave of fear washes over you. That's überkommen. A life ends when the path turns around. That's umkommen. A house veers off course and falls into ruin. That's verkommen. And then a door opens and someone says, Herzlich willkommen. That's the kommen family. 1 motion, toward a point. 17 places that point can land. Once you feel the shape, the words stop being random. They become small stories you can already half tell. Something comes, something arrives, something enters your world. And in German, that motion has a name, kommen.